Chosen vessel, what's the deal? It's Druuill. I'm back at you again with another video. Every chosen vessel, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, and shout out to the Drew Nation. Everybody, press the like button, press the share. Let's get right into it. All right, look, chosen one. Don't be mean and cold-hearted to everyone. Some people see what others are up to. All right. Some people know what you're going through. All right. You have a lot of silent people that are cheering for you and rooting for you from a distance. Some people don't cause problems. They just leave people alone. There are still a lot of other people like that. Don't think that everybody, right, is out to get you. There are some people, it may seem like some people are doing works that aren't good. It may seem like some people may be out to get you. I'm not going to say that they aren't, but it's not everyone. Even though the people who are out to get you may try to paint a picture that that's the way it is. The people in your environment may be jealous of you. People may be doing things to you that you can't explain, but you still have to have a good heart. You still have to make sure that you have a good spirit. You don't want to be walking around being mean and evil to people because people are being mean and evil to you. And I understand when it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you want to return that evil. You want to return that negativity. But it's only going to lower your spirit. It's only going to make you more frustrated. And it's only adding on to more stress for you to have to deal with. You have to work towards having a clear mind. You got to work towards not having these things affect you instead of trying to pay these people back and instead of being angry at the world because of what you're going through. That's why it's important to read the Bible, because there are certain characters that went through the same thing. All right, the devil threw everything but the Bible at Job. Everything but the kitchen sink at Job. Job went through all that. All right, he went through everything: injustice, trials, tribulations, lost his job, lost his home, lost his finances. Job lost it all. He lost everything. All right, he lost everything. Most of it came upon him because of what he feared. But it's also because he was going through a lot. But he still feared that what he was going through, he didn't think about it getting any better. He feared he'd stay in the same situation. All right, the things that he feared have come upon him. So what he had to do was he had to change his mind. He had to start working on his faith and put his faith and all his energy and his mind back on the Lord. All right, and that's what you have to do as well, because you can't have yourself upset and angry out here, because that's what people want. Why do you think they're bothering you in the first place? They want you to be upset and angry because that's how they like to see you. When you're a peaceful person, all right, and you're just staying to yourself, there are some evil forces out there that just have to bother you because it's in their nature, and that's how they were designed to be. They may try to appear nice to other people, but it's called being fake. All right, so just because the world is fake, just because there are a lot of evil people out there, don't turn sour, because that's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to walk around mean, nasty, with the mean mug. You against the world, you having problems with everyone. That's what he wants. So you still have to know that there are some good people out there. So that way you'll have good experiences with good people. It'll be a balance. And that's just how you have to see it. There's a balance. There's good, there's evil. You have to keep working on the good in you, so that way you could trample over the evil. All right, you have to work on the good in you. You have to develop the God in you, so that way you can stay peaceful, you can stay positive, and that way you could trample over all this evil when it comes your way. Because there are a lot of things that happen to us that aren't our fault. All right, people are watching you. All right, if you're chosen, people are watching you, and they're jealous of the fact that you have favor in your life from God. So what they're going to do is they're going to take that out on you and try to make your life harder than everyone else's. People, you're going to go to the store and be in line, and they're going to call on the person that just walked up when you were waiting there 15 minutes. Don't give these people an attitude because of how they want to treat you. Don't get mad because people want to treat you wrong. All right, number one, they're going to receive karma for that. Number two, they're only playing themselves. And number three, how they feel towards you is really how they feel about themselves. So you have to not take things personal when people try to come into your world and bring you things that you don't like, or do things you don't like, or say things that you don't want to hear. Some people they could feel your energy, and they will walk up around you and just start shouting out negative stuff. Just totally possessed by the devil. Oh, my health is bad and I'm broke and my leg hurts and it ain't gonna get no better, and they just took out my pancreas, and they gonna have to remove my liver next, and ain't nothing gonna get better. Nothing get better, right? Ain't nobody's gonna be healthy forever, right? Ain't nobody always gonna be okay. Like you can feel the potential of their conversation to just weigh you down into the depths of hell. It's so negative. You want to run, drop your stuff. You don't even want to buy your things. You just want to be, I'm out of here. I'm gone. You're too negative. But the thing is, you have to realize, you have to work on yourself, and you have to do so. And this video may not be for everybody. All right. This is for my soul tribe. This is for the people who can relate to this. You may have to work on yourself to where you realize that people and things outside of you have no power. All right. Sometimes because we give people a reaction, or we get mad at something, we think that things around us have power when they don't. These people don't have any power except for what we give them. We are giving people the power to upset us because we're getting upset over the things they're doing that we don't like, instead of us choosing to get over it. We're not going to change people. And we may be upset about it. We may get frustrated over it. We may even lose our cool. All right, don't lose your cool to the point to where you could ruin your life. All right, but a little reaction here and there, a little upsetness, a little foul language here and there, it's life. You gotta pat yourself on the back, pick yourself up, say a prayer, ask God to forgive you, and know that you're still gonna be all right. Because people are wrong, and people are wrong, and people do wrong to people that they know are just out here trying to do their best. All right, they see you out here trying to do your best. They see you out here making a way for yourself, and here they want to come up and curse you. They want to stand behind you. Oh, it's raining outside. Like the weather doesn't like the weather don't rain. Whether you have a car, you still out in the rain. Somebody may be walking in the rain, but that person got God in their life. How do you know what that person's going through? People want you to think bad about your situation just because you got to go through something. All right, if you're out there and you're going through something, and you keep running into these negative people out here trying to paint a worser picture for you, it's only because they see you powering through and marching on through your situation. So when they see you rising up through your struggle, they're going to use their negativity, because they would not be able to stand a day in your shoes. They would not be able to walk a day in your shoes. They would end themselves. They would press the delete button on themselves, because they wouldn't be able to take it. God didn't give them the mind to be able to withstand the pressure. God gave you the power to withstand the pressure. You are going through the crystallization stage. All right? You are about to come out of this a butterfly. You're about to come out of this a mega moth. All right? You about to come out of this greater than you went into it. That's how it works. Anybody that goes through things comes out better when they don't give up. God doesn't give his battles to people and the battle makes them tough. I mean, that God doesn't give his battle. I said it backwards. Forgive me. God doesn't give his battles to his toughest soldiers. All right. He gives his battles to the people that he wants to turn into a tough soldier. Shout out to the tough soldiers. You didn't know where life was going to take you. You didn't know what you were going to go through in life. You just started to see little bits and pieces of things being wrong until one day you kept praying to God and asking him to show you things, and you asked him to have his mind and for him to share his thoughts with you, and you just asked for all these positive things. You done prayed about a lot of things that you had thoughts on and you were thinking about, and then the veil was lifted somewhat. Whatever God wants to show us, he'll show us. And now you done seen all the narcissists out here. You done seen all the monitoring spirits out here. You done seen all the negativity out here. People don't want to seem to let you rest. You're walking in the parking lot, they want to back over you like they don't see you. All right, people want to act like you don't exist, like you're invisible. That causes stress for an individual. That causes stress for a person. You gonna take a dump on me, but you gonna act like I'm not there. That's a little frustrating. So what you have to do, you have to compartmentalize all this, and you still got to find peace within the midst of evil. All right, you even in the pits of hell, you got to call down heaven. Call heaven down. All right, that's what they mean in the Bible when they say Ezekiel and all these other people went up. All right, you have to go up. You got to trust God. You got to believe in him. You got to know he's going to guide you. You got to know he's going to lead you and protect you. And you have nothing to fear. The devil tries to make it seem like it's 50 against 1. The devil makes it try to seem like it's 100 against 1. But they still can't defeat you. All right, there's people in the Bible that fought 1,000 men by themselves. Even if that's a metaphor, it shows you the power that God has for you. Even if that's just a story, it's an example it's still an example of the truth of the power that God has for you. And some of those things really happen. All right, because there are still people to this day that, like certain warriors and certain people in certain little places in other countries, they could fight off over 100 people. Some of these martial arts guys, they could fight off like over 50 people at a time. They show you in the movie, but a lot of that stuff is real, because if you really whooping behind like that, a lot of those people are going to be afraid. They're just going to be standing there in a fighting stance like they're in a video game with nobody moving the control buttons, because whatever power you're working with is going to have them afraid. They're going to just be not doing nothing. If you don't do nothing in a fight, your ass is getting knocked out. All right, so you have to know that your power is unlimited, and that's why God says use your imagination. They can't limit a child of God who uses his or her imagination. All right, there's no limits to your strength. You could do what God did and greater. So you have to realize that, and you have to not put a limit on yourself. There's no limit to your strength when you believe in God. There's no limit to your success when you believe in God. There's no limit to what you could do with your life. When you believe in God, you could do anything. All things are possible. All things are possible. Not some things. All things are possible. When you believe in God, you should be thinking that you can do whatever it is you want. Whatever it is your heart's desire, you should be able to bring it into existence in this reality. That's what God is there for you to trust in him, for you to believe in yourself, and for you to know that he is almighty powerful, and you have that almighty power within you. So it's time to start using it. Call on that almighty power of God within you when things are looking rough. Call on that almighty power of God in you when things aren't adding up right, when that math ain't mathing, when resources are slim, when the refrigerator is empty, when your soul in your shoe is talking. Talk back to it. I believe in God, and I'm about to get me some new shoes. I don't know how, but they're coming. They're on the way. You have to put your good foot forward, and that good foot forward is in faith. That's what that song James Brown made was about. Get on the good foot. You can't be on the bad foot and thinking that good things are going to happen. You can't be on the bad foot and think that God's about to bless you. You got to get on the good foot, so that way you can get in the right frame of mind. So that way you can get in a good spirit. That way you can get into the God spirit, get that Holy Ghost. Get that Holy Spirit up on you. All right, the Holy Spirit is not on any negative, sad, downtrodden people. You got to rise up, and he'll accept you with open arms. You got to go up, man. Rise up so God can accept you with open arms. So that way you could walk around being cheerful, even if you're cheerful to yourself. All right, you can't go around spreading your good energy with everybody. Some of us empaths had to figure that out the hard way, sharing our good vibes and good feelings with people, and they didn't return it. It hurts. So what do? You stay to yourself, and you end up not wanting to interact with people, not wanting to have friends, because you don't know if somebody is going to try to tear you down and make you feel bad about yourself, all just for being who you are, because they're a piece of crap. There's a lot of pieces of crap out here. Sometimes you do have to let people come to you, and you have to let people enter your world, and you can't just go up to every single person. All right, you have to pray and ask God for the discernment to show you who you're supposed to have and who you're not supposed to have in your life. All right, so that way you don't have to walk around being angry and mean and cold-hearted. What's that going to do for you? It's only going to make the world a worse place. That's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to walk around cold-hearted. He wants you to walk around being closed and standoffish to people. He don't want you to go around spreading joy and happiness and peace and love. He want to destroy that. That's what he comes in your life to kill, devour, and destroy. He's seeking people out just like you to try to destroy, to try to crush, to try to break their spirit. But don't be mean and cold-hearted because of that. God said you're supposed to rejoice for every attack. You're supposed to be happy for every wrongdoing, every smear campaign, all right, every negative thing they say, everything they do to try to stop you. God is taking note of all of this. So he says, rejoice and be happy and be glad, because they're doing it to you for his sake. And that's how you know you are about to be blessed. When they try to get at you from all different angles, and you're still able to keep your head high, you're still able to be a good person. You're still able to smile and treat yourself right and treat others right. You know how strong you got to be to do that? These people are testing the crap out of us each and every day. They don't want to let that give us any rest. But we find that rest in God, though. All right. When you don't find that rest, you got to find that rest in God. So if you feel like you can't find rest, there are some things that you're holding on to that need to be let go. All right. Just because they don't want you to find rest doesn't mean you can. You just have to redirect your focus, put it on the right things. And that's what God is there for. All right. So don't be upset. Don't be mean. All right. There are some, like I said, there are some people that see what's happening to you. Some people may be praying for you. You got to think that. You have to know that. You got to trust that. Some people are out here praying for you, wishing you the best. And there are other people out there praying for your downfall. All right. God is going to crush them and destroy them, and they're going to get everything that they deserve. They think they can pray against you and nothing's going to happen to them. They got the wrong idea. All right. They don't understand the way God works, obviously. And sometimes people need to be whooped by the wrath of God to understand that you were not supposed to do that to that person. You were supposed to leave her alone. You were supposed to leave him alone. I'm telling you, people are going to get stuck in ditches. People are going to have to call tow trucks. People are going to have to call. People are going to have to get help from other people, because the people who treated you bad, their lives will never be the same. People who came up against you and returned evil to your good, their lives will never be the same. So everybody that was out to get you, tried to change your perception and make you think the whole world was like that. Oh, they got a price to pay for that. They have a price to pay. All right. And the thing is, they want to do you bad and don't want you to stand up for yourself. All right. So pick your battles, choose your battles wisely. I know it may be a lot of people who seem like they're coming at you. I know the devil may be using a lot of people. People may be acting like they don't see it. They may be turning a blind eye. It may seem like you're all alone, but you ain't never all alone. If you feel all alone, you're giving Satan too much power. You're giving the devil too much power, because God is always there. All we have to do is take our mind out of that negativity, take our mind out of the garbage can the devil put it in, trying to dirty up our mind, dirty up our thoughts, have us thinking that the presence of God has left us. But he hasn't. They don't want you to be paying attention to God's thoughts. All right. The devil wants to try to use these people to get you thinking hate, to get you thinking evil thoughts. all right, to try to get you out of God's house, because you can't be acting like that, and it's certain thoughts and certain actions and certain deeds you can't have when you're trying to get closer to God. You're trying to have His presence in your life. So the devil knows how to try to attack us. So what we have to do, not be mean, not be cold-hearted, because there are some good people out there, and every day you wake up, and every night before you go to sleep, thank God for the good people in your life already. All right, be grateful for the good people, even if you don't have any good people in your life. Even if it seems like there's no good people in your life, thank God for the good people in your life. Thank God for good people. Thank God for the good in the world. All right, so that way you could get a piece of that. That way you could have some good people in your life. That way you could meet good people. All right, take your mind off of these negatives. Take your mind off these karmics. Start to focus on some better things. Start to focus on some more lovely things, some more blessed things. Because that's the devil wants you to keep your mind on all that stuff. And it's not good, all right? Because it's going to keep you frustrated. It's going to keep you upset. And you don't want to be a cold-hearted person, all right? Sometimes people become so cold-hearted that they don't come back. Their heart becomes so hardened, they just turn into a mean, hardened individual. They don't end up trusting anybody. You have to be able to trust some people. You can't trust everybody, but it's going to come a time to where you're going to have to trust somebody. You're going to have to, like, God is going to bring people into your life, and you're going to have trust. So if it feels like you can't trust anyone, ask God to heal you. If it feels like you don't think anybody is any good because of what you've been through, or the people, some people that you have run across your path in the past few years, ask God to forgive them. Ask God to forgive you. All right. Ask God to bring some new, wonderful, amazing people into your life that will help you. Ask God to heal you of your past traumas. Ask God to heal you of past negativity. All right. Ask God to heal your mind and heal your heart, so that way you could let go. That way you could forgive people. That way you could get over things, because they want to have more power over you. They wanted what they did to you to stop you. But the thing is, they could never stop you. Nobody ever could. That's why they work so hard on you. That's why it seems like they are all out to get you, because you're very strong, and there are large numbers of people that the devil will use to try to get in your way. He'll use whoever wants to be used, whoever got hate in their heart, whoever got jealousy in their spirit. He'll use them. It could be a whole construction company of negative people out trying to get you. Out to like, it could be that many people, you know. But you still want to be able to focus on good. You still want to be able to feel that there are some good people out in this world. You don't want to think everybody's all bad. Don't let them do that to you. That it might just be the people that are in close proximity to you. So you never know. You always have to ask God for the righteous people to come into your life. Ask Him for good people to come into your life. Ask Him to remove all the negativity out your life. Don't stop praying. So whatever you are dealing with, whatever problems you may have, pray about it. God's always there. He's always going to be there for you. He's always going to help you. He'll see through anything that you're going through. And if you feel cold-hearted, ask Him to renew your mind. Ask Him for a clean heart, and ask Him for a right spirit. Because whatever you ask God for, is His pleasure to give you the kingdom. As you ask, so shall it be given. He wants to heal you. He wants to help you. And he wants you to be well off in life. But you can't receive any blessings if you're walking around cold-hearted, closed-hearted. A cold heart is a closed heart. All right, you got to have a open heart, and you got to have a joyful heart. You got to have a warm heart. God doesn't want you out here treating brothers and sisters angry and upset and with a nasty attitude. So if people have treated you unfairly, unrighteously, unjustly, you got to ask God to help Him purify your spirit and clean your mind and give you a new heart. Because you might be out here dealing with trauma still. All right, you don't, as a child of God, you shouldn't be dealing with any trauma. You should be giving all those problems to Him, so that way you could be healed, and that way you could be lighthearted instead of cold-hearted, closed-hearted. All right, a hardened heart is a heavy heart. Your heart is supposed to be as light as a feather. So think about that one. If anything, think about that one. All right, your heart's supposed to be light as a feather, and you can't be lighthearted when you hold on to all those things. So you may have some praying to do, you may have some forgiving to do, you may have some things to ask God to help you fix, but He will, and have faith that everything will be made right. All right, God makes whatever is crooked, God can make straight. All right, so if something is crooked in your life, ask God to straighten it out. You know He will. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. Smash the like button, smash the share button, and don't forget to subscribe. It's been another DruTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. We out of here.